Have you ever wondered which cities in Canada people hate the most? Even though Canada is known for its friendly reputation and beautiful scenery, some cities don't always live up to the hype. What makes these cities so unpopular? Is it their people, local problems, or something else? Today on the Top 10 Trips, we are going to see the 10 most hated cities in Canada and find out why these places are seen in a negative light. You might be surprised by what we uncover. But before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We put our heart into every single video we create, and your support means the world to us. Starting from number 10, we have Windsor, Ontario. Windsor, often called the automotive capital of Canada, sits right on the US border, just across from Detroit, Michigan. This prime location could make Windsor a bustling hub of cross-border activity, but instead, it faces challenges that often overshadow its potential. With an unemployment rate of around 7.5%, Windsor's economy struggles due to the decline of its once thriving automotive industry. This downturn has led to fewer job opportunities, particularly for younger residents who frequently leave in search of better prospects. Windsor also grapples with poor air quality. The city frequently ranks as one of the most polluted in Canada, largely due to emissions from nearby factories. A 2022 report by Health Canada highlighted that Windsor has some of the highest levels of airborne particulate matter in Ontario, leading to increased respiratory illnesses among its residents. Crime is another issue that tarnishes Windsor's reputation. While violent crime rates are relatively low, property crime remains a significant concern. In 2023, Windsor reported property crime rates nearly 20% higher than the national average, with car thefts and break-ins being particularly prevalent. Despite ongoing efforts to revitalize the downtown area, it remains dotted with vacant shopfronts and a nightlife scene that struggles to attract crowds. For many, Windsor is seen as a city that's trying to move forward, but still struggling to leave its troubled past behind. Number 9. Surrey, British Columbia. Surrey, located just a stone's throw from Vancouver, is known for its beautiful parks and multicultural communities. However, it's also infamous for its growing pains. With a population exceeding 600,000, Surrey is one of the fastest-growing cities in British Columbia, but rapid expansion brings its own set of problems. Urban sprawl leads to congestion on the city's poorly planned road network, with commuters facing an average of 67 minutes in traffic each day, according to a 2023 transportation survey. Surrey's crime statistics don't help its reputation either. The city has a crime severity index of 108, significantly above the national average. Gang-related violence, particularly in neighborhoods like Newton and Whalley, raises concerns among residents. In 2022, the city recorded over 1,200 incidents of violent crime, with increases in assaults and armed robberies. The lack of affordable housing is another issue. With the average home price in Surrey exceeding $1 million, many first-time home buyers find it inaccessible. The rental market is fiercely competitive, with vacancy rates below 1%, driving prices even higher. Residents feel that the city's infrastructure hasn't kept pace with its growth. Schools are overcrowded, parks are in need of upgrades, and public transport is often unreliable. The ongoing transition of Surrey's police force from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, to a municipal force adds further uncertainty regarding safety and crime management. For many, Surrey feels like a city bursting at the seams, struggling to manage its rapid growth and complex social challenges. Number 8. Hamilton, Ontario. Hamilton, located just an hour's drive from Toronto, is often considered worlds apart in reputation. Known for its steel mills and working-class roots, Hamilton has been attempting to rebrand itself as a vibrant, artsy town. However, many believe it still has a long way to go. The city is frequently criticized for its industrial landscape, with towering smokestacks and a metallic odor that lingers in the air. This has earned Hamilton the nickname Steel City, but also a reputation for being one of the dirtiest cities in Ontario. Pollution is a significant concern. Hamilton's air quality often fails to meet provincial standards, with high levels of benzene, a known carcinogen. In 2023, the city's Environmental Protection Agency reported that Hamilton's air pollution levels were nearly twice those of Toronto's. For residents with respiratory issues, this isn't just an inconvenience. it's a serious health risk. Hamilton's economic struggles contribute to its woes. Although the city has made some progress diversifying beyond steel, many new industries, like healthcare and education, don't offer the same number of high-paying jobs that manufacturing once did. The unemployment rate hovers around 8%, and the poverty rate is estimated at 14%, among the highest in the province. For some, Hamilton feels like a place where opportunities are scarce. Additionally, Hamilton is facing a homelessness crisis. In 2022, the city reported over 1,200 homeless individuals, a number that has been steadily increasing. Local shelters are often at capacity, and social services are stretched thin, leaving many without adequate support. While the city's gritty charm appeals to some, it often feels like a place with more problems than promises. Number 7. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg, the capital of Manitoba, might be known for its rich cultural scene, but it's also notorious for its extreme cold. Winters in Winnipeg aren't just chilly, they can plunge to minus 40 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. Residents often joke that Winnipeg has two seasons, winter and construction. For those unaccustomed to such severe conditions, the long, harsh winters can be a deal-breaker. The city's crime rate further detracts from its appeal. Winnipeg consistently ranks as one of the most dangerous cities in Canada, with a crime severity index of 122 in 2023. Violent crimes, including homicide and assaults, are disturbingly common. Winnipeg had the highest homicide rate among Canadian cities in 2022, with 44 murders reported. Property crimes, such as break-ins and vehicle thefts, are also rampant, making many residents feel unsafe. Infrastructure problems plague the city as well. Potholes are an everyday challenge for drivers, with millions of dollars allocated each year just to keep the roads somewhat passable. Water main breaks are another constant issue, with over 1,500 reported in 2022 alone, often leaving residents without water for extended periods. Winnipeg is also grappling with an escalating homelessness crisis, with nearly 10,000 people experiencing homelessness annually. The city's social safety nets are struggling to keep up, and many community organizations are overwhelmed. Despite its cultural festivals and historic landmarks, Winnipeg faces challenges that often leave residents feeling frustrated and overlooked. Number 6. Brampton, Ontario. Brampton, one of Canada's fastest-growing cities, is frequently criticized for being a prime example of suburban sprawl gone wrong. The city's rapid population growth, driven by immigration and urban expansion, has outpaced its infrastructure. This growth has led to severe traffic congestion, with drivers spending an average of 82 hours per year stuck in traffic, making Brampton one of the worst cities for commuters in Canada. The city's crime rate also raises concerns. In 2023, Brampton reported a crime severity index of 88, higher than the national average. Incidents of gang violence, drug trafficking, and property crimes are prevalent in certain areas, contributing to Brampton's less-than-stellar reputation. In 2022, there were over 400 reported cases of assault and over 1,000 instances of property crime, including theft and vandalism. Brampton's public services are struggling to keep up with demand. Hospitals and schools are often overcrowded, and emergency services are stretched thin. The lack of green spaces and recreational facilities makes it challenging for residents to enjoy a balanced lifestyle. Additionally, the city's urban planning has been widely criticized for being chaotic, with poorly designed residential areas and inadequate public transportation options. Property taxes in Brampton are among the highest in Ontario, adding to residents' frustrations. Homeowners often feel they are paying more for less, with limited access to quality public services and amenities. All of these factors combine to create a city that, despite its diversity and growth, often feels chaotic, congested, and unmanageable. Number 5. Regina, Saskatchewan. Regina, the capital city of Saskatchewan, is often viewed as lacking vibrancy. Winters here are long and brutal, with temperatures dropping well below minus 20 degrees Celsius, and summers are short and unpredictable. The city's economic growth has been slow, with an unemployment rate of 6.8%, slightly above the national average. Regina's economy is heavily dependent on the oil industry, and fluctuations in oil prices leave the city vulnerable to economic downturns. The city is also plagued by a high crime rate. Regina's crime severity index is 117, one of the highest in the country. In 2022, Regina had one of the highest rates of violent crime per capita in Canada, with 20 homicides and over 1,300 assaults reported. Property crimes, including thefts and break-ins, are also frequent, adding to the sense of insecurity among residents. Public infrastructure is another issue. Regina's roads are notorious for their poor condition, with potholes and cracked pavements being a constant problem. The city's public transportation system is limited, and many residents feel it's inadequate for their daily needs. Social services, including healthcare and education, are often stretched thin, with long wait times and overcrowded facilities. Regina's downtown area, while historic, struggles with a high vacancy rate, making it feel empty and uninviting. For many, Regina is a city with potential, but one that seems stuck in a cycle of economic stagnation, crime, and inadequate public services. Number 4. Toronto, Ontario. Toronto, Canada's largest city, might be known for its cultural diversity and bustling urban life, but it's not without its flaws. While many see Toronto as a vibrant metropolis, others find it increasingly unlivable due to its high cost of living and growing inequalities. The city's housing market is notoriously expensive, with average home prices soaring over $1 million. Rental prices are similarly steep, putting a significant strain on residents, particularly younger individuals and low-income families. Toronto also faces issues with traffic congestion and public transportation. Commuters often spend over 90 minutes a day traveling to and from work. The city's public transit system, while extensive, struggles with reliability and overcrowding. In 2023, Toronto's transit system faced several major delays and service disruptions, frustrating daily commuters and impacting their quality of life. Crime is another concern. While Toronto is generally safer than some other major cities, it still struggles with issues such as gun violence and gang-related activities. In 2022, the city recorded a 12% increase in homicides compared to the previous year, with shootings becoming more frequent occurrences. Property crimes, including car thefts and burglaries, are also on the rise, creating a sense of insecurity among residents. Toronto's growing income inequality has led to visible disparities between affluent neighborhoods and struggling areas. The contrast between upscale districts and underdeveloped communities is stark, leading to a sense of division within the city. For some, Toronto's high cost of living, congestion, and rising crime rates overshadow its many positives. Number 3. Montreal, Quebec. Montreal, known for its European charm and cultural festivals, faces its own set of challenges. While the city boasts a rich history and vibrant arts scene, it struggles with several persistent issues. One major concern is its infrastructure. Montreal's roads and bridges are often criticized for their poor condition, with potholes and construction sites creating frequent disruptions. In 2023, a citywide assessment found that nearly 30% of Montreal's roads are in disrepair, contributing to traffic jams and safety hazards. Montreal also grapples with a high crime rate. The city's crime severity index stands at 92, with significant problems related to both property and violent crime. In 2022, Montreal reported a rise in homicides and assaults, with 30 murders and over 2,000 cases of violent crime. Property crimes, such as car theft and burglary, also remain prevalent, affecting residents' sense of security. The city's housing market is another point of contention. With a rising number of high-end developments and gentrification, many longtime residents feel pushed out of their neighborhoods. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Montreal has increased by 15% in the past 3 years, making it increasingly difficult for lower-income residents to find affordable housing. Moreover, Montreal faces challenges related to its bilingual nature. While being a bilingual city is often seen as a strength, it also creates confusion and complications in public services and communication. The language divide can lead to misunderstandings and inefficiencies, impacting residents' access to essential services. Number 2. Calgary, Alberta. Calgary, located in Alberta's oil-rich province, has long been associated with wealth and prosperity. However, the city faces several significant issues that impact its reputation. The economic downturn in the oil sector has hit Calgary hard, leading to a rise in unemployment and financial instability. In 2023, Calgary's unemployment rate was 8%, and the city has seen an increase in homelessness and economic disparity as a result. Calgary also struggles with its infrastructure. The city's rapid expansion has led to increased traffic congestion, with drivers spending an average of 76 minutes a day in traffic. Public transit, while available, is often criticized for being underfunded and inadequate to meet the needs of a growing population. In 2022, the city faced several major transit system failures, leading to frustration among commuters. Crime is another issue that detracts from Calgary's reputation. The city has a crime severity index of 105, with significant problems related to property crimes and drug abuse. In 2022, Calgary reported over 1,000 incidents of property crime, including theft and vandalism. Gang-related violence and drug trafficking have also been on the rise, contributing to a sense of insecurity among residents. Furthermore, Calgary's housing market is becoming increasingly unaffordable. The average home price has risen sharply, making it difficult for many residents to find suitable and affordable housing. The city's housing crisis, combined with economic instability, has led to increased tensions and dissatisfaction among its population. Finally, at number 1, Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver often ranks high on lists of desirable places to live, but it also has a darker side that can make it one of the most hated cities in Canada for some. The city's most pressing issue is its housing market. Vancouver has one of the highest average home prices in Canada, with many properties exceeding $1.5 million. Rental prices are similarly exorbitant, making it extremely difficult for many residents, particularly young people and low-income families, to afford housing. The cost of living in Vancouver is notoriously high. A 2023 report found that Vancouver has the highest cost of living in Canada, with residents spending a significant portion of their income on basic necessities. The city's high cost of living, combined with its housing crisis, contributes to a sense of frustration among residents who feel priced out of their own city. Traffic congestion and public transportation are also major issues. Vancouver's roadways are often clogged, and the city's public transit system, while extensive, struggles with overcrowding and delays. The C2 Sky Highway and other major routes can be particularly problematic during peak hours, leading to significant delays for commuters. Vancouver's crime rate is another concern. The city has a crime severity index of 90, with rising rates of property crime and drug abuse. In 2022, Vancouver reported over 1,500 incidents of property crime, including thefts and break-ins. The city's downtown east side, known for its high levels of drug addiction and homelessness, is particularly problematic and adds to the city's overall crime rate. Also, the city's ongoing issues with homelessness have become increasingly visible. The number of people experiencing homelessness in Vancouver has grown, with many living in tents and makeshift shelters on the streets. The city's response to the homelessness crisis has been criticized as inadequate, leading to ongoing tension and dissatisfaction among residents. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got some information. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the Top 10 Trips for more videos like this. See you next time. Until then, enjoy life and have an awesome day.